Hello everyone, this is Devanshi Vadiya and this is question number 605 LeetCode. We have given long flower bed in which some of the plots are planted in some are not. However, flowers cannot be planted in adjacent plots. Now, given an integer array flower bed we containing zeros and ones, where 0 means empty and 1 means not empty, and an integer n. Return true if n new flowers can be planted in the flower bed without violating the non-adjacent flower rule, and false otherwise. Now we have given n flowered 10001. Now if here it is said that we cannot plant flowers adjacent to each other, so we cannot plant one plant. We cannot plant one here. As you can see, we have already planted here, but we can plant here since the either of the sides are empty, which is 0. So here we can plant one. So only one new plant can be planted at I equal to 2. So n equal to 1 is true. Now here it is the same case, but n is not equal to 2 because n should be equal to 1. Now it is kind of complex to solve it. So what we'll do is we'll create conditions for each. We have to create conditions such that the either sides of the current iteration or current index we are going through is empty. And also we need to check, and if the condition becomes true, we need to check if the n given in the question is right or not. So for that, what we'll do is we'll first create the for loop. So for int of I is equal to 0, where I is less than flower bed dot size. I increases after every iteration. Now it is the part of the loops condition. Sorry. So first the condition should be the flower bed of I should be equal to 0. Now why? Because this is the first and foremost condition that if we need to plant a tree, the specific iteration should be empty. That is, it should be equal to 0. As you can see here, we can plant a new plant only if it is 0. So for that, we'll create the first if condition, that is flower bed of I should be equal to 0. Now this is the first condition. Also we need to keep in mind, and then also we need to keep in mind this. Now we need to check if that iteration's left side, we'll check for the left side first. The left side is equal to 0 or not. Now flower bed of I minus 1 should be equal to 0, right? But what if the what if the array you are going through, the first index, it is I equal to 0 is 0. First if condition is fulfilled, that flower bed of I is equal to 0. If the array is, what if the array is 0 1 1 0 0 and 0? So here I is equal to 0 is fulfilled, but in the left side I minus 1 does not exist. So this entire condition will be filled. So what we need to do is we'll create we'll create OR condition for this. That will create OR condition for that if I is equal to 0, right? So if either I is equal to 0, I is equal to 0, or flower bed of I minus 1 is equal to 0. That is, if I is equal to 0, then this is not mandatory, right? But if the index is first, second, third, etc., we need to check the left side, right? So for that, we have this OR condition. This OR condition is for left side check. Now this is over. Also, we need to check and the right condition too. So this is for right side check. We'll check what? Now here, as we did flower bed I plus 1 is equal to I minus 1 equal to 0, we'll have flower bed of I plus 1 should be equal to 0. Now again, what if this iteration we are doing, it is the last index? What if it is 0 0, the same, let it be the same as this, okay? What if it is same as this, in here the I is at the last index? If the I is at last index, if we do I plus 1, there is no index or number after it. So the entire condition will be again false. So what we'll do, we'll create the or condition for the last index, that I is equal to n, the I is equal to flower bed dot size minus 1. You can, if you want, you can do a bracket for is understanding this. This was for the right side check, okay? And this is our condition is over if condition is over. Now, if three of this, as we have added and for all the three, that this is for current, this is for checking current index, this is for checking left side, and this is for checking right side. If every three of this is correct, then what we should do? Flower bed of I should be equal to 1 and n minus minus. Okay, and if we do n minus minus, if it is okay, then we will return n is less than or equal to 0. That is, if n is equal to 0, then this condition is true, right? If, for example, we have an iteration, we have an array where we can plant 3 new trees, but n is equal to 2, right? We have already planted 2, but we can also plant an extra one. So if that is the case, the n minus minus will lead to n equal to minus 1. That is why we have created n equal to less than or equal to 0. If it is the exact number as n, it will be the n at the end of the iteration will be 0. But if we are planting more than the n, the and we return a negative number. So for that we have also added the condition n is less than or equal to 0. So yeah, that was it. If you want, I can also first check if we have any minor condition left. And yeah, that was it. Thank you.